All right, guys, it's time to break in the Dyna-Glo signature series. I know I said I was going to do the hanging marinated chicken, but it's just not going to work out this weekend, so I'm going to use what I have. It is Saturday morning, the 19th, 2021, and I'm going to make a concoction and let it marinate until this afternoon, and then it's going to go into the smoker. So, not to waste any of your time, or as little as possible, I'm going to make ribs. There's hot Italian sausage, an onion, some potato, and some of these small peppers. And we're going to smoke them all together in my marinade that I'm going to put together. I'm not going to use anything off the shelf, so to speak. I'm not going to cut these small. I want them big and bold. Seeds and all. It's all good for you. We're going to do the same thing with the onion and potato. And then I'll show you the marinade that I'm going to make. It's actually going to be the same liquid that they're going to smoke in. So I won't bore you with watching me cut the ingredients. So we'll be right back. Okay, everything's cut up, and I'm trying this new backdrop. It's very temporary, but trying to get a little bit better lighting. So I guess when I process the video, I'll see how it looks, because it's really difficult to tell on the little screen on the camera. Okay, so this one has the potatoes, peppers, onions, and hot sausage. This one's going to be pretty easy. Some olive oil. All right, a little more than some. Obviously some garlic. Can't have too much garlic. This stuff is good on everything. Cookies, ice cream. A little bit of black pepper. And a little bit of that. I hate trying to pronounce that. My wife says I never say it correctly. Okay, and that's going to be that for that. So what I'm going to do is take another one of these tin foil things, and I'm going to crease over the corners to keep it in place. And that's how this one's going to go in the smoker. And I will wind up putting a few holes through the side of the foil to allow some of the smoke to get in there. But now for the ribs. So we're going to put some olive oil, some spring water, some lemon juice, some garlic, some ground cumin, some black pepper, some ground turmeric, and we have more. Believe it or not, a little bit of dill weed, just a little. Paprika, and just a bit of rosemary. And then we're going to put some brown sugar in this. And I have a funny feeling this is, not so powdery anymore, but that's okay. It'll melt when it gets hot. Okay. Then we are going to lay, I cut these into fours. This was one piece, and they're all not going to fit evenly on the bottom, flat I should say, which is okay. Okay, and then on the top again, we're going to basically, after I wipe my hands off so I don't get pork juice into the brown sugar, we're basically going to repeat everything on the top. And of course the order doesn't matter. The brown sugar is like a secret, man. I mean, it's not a secret, but if you use enough of it, it really, really adds to the flavor. So we're going to be liberal with that. Now we're going to do the turmeric again. And the black pepper. And again, a little bit of dillweed. Rosemary. Garlic. And then we're going to put a little more lemon juice on the top of all this. And then we're going to cover this whole thing, not completely cover it, but we're going to put more spring water in. And that looks good. That height is perfect. And now for the final ingredient, brandy. So it's probably 3 shots of brandy. And I'm going to rinse off my hands because they're sticky from the sugar now. And now we're going to let this marinate for quite a while. Well, compared to what I've done in the past, not quite a while. My bad. So we're going to let this marinate till at least 2 o'clock. And by then I'll have the DynaGlo warmed up and ready to go. And we'll pop it right in the DynaGlo. So we'll be back when that time comes. Thanks, guys. Okay, so it's about 3 o'clock now. 2:47 actually. And we're just getting the DynaGlo fired up. I'm using for this smoking the Cowboy brand, which I'm kind of partial to, all natural hardwood briquettes. And I'm using Kingsford hickory, actually it's hickory wood. I used a little bit of apple wood from the tree in my property to get this going. And we're going to get a good coal bed going. And then we're going to put some more of the hickory on to develop some smoke. In the tinfoil vessels that I'm going to cook in, I put a lot of holes around the top part of the 2 containers, the top half, to allow some smoke to get in to enhance the flavor, of course. And we're going to give this probably going to be 15-20 minutes before this is going good and we can get the food on. We'll be back. Okay guys, got the coal bed going pretty good. Just threw some more hickory wood on top of it to get the smoke rolling. We're going to close up the firebox. We're going to try to maintain the temperature of around 170 degrees for the first hour or two, and we'll adjust as necessary after that. So we'll be back. It's a neighbor's turkey. They're raising turkeys down there. Okay, prior to opening the door, I was at just about 175 degrees. So I put the trays in. I put the ribs on the bottom to get them a little more heat because they're going to take a little longer to cook than the rest of it. But now we're just going to close it up, try to maintain that 170 degrees, and probably in a couple hours we'll recheck this and see what's going on. And right now it is about 3:30. So once again, we'll be back. So our temperature got a little bit out of control. It's been about an hour and a half. We're about 210 degrees. And our cold bed is still pretty good. So we're going to have to do some modifications here to control our temperature. So that's not looking half bad. Of course, it's on the high rungs, or high tray. And the ribs, probably going to flip them over, but they're looking really good. I don't see any, well, a couple of bubbles. But as long as it's not boiling, we should be good to go. So we're going to flip these and march on. We'll be back. Okay guys, it's 6:30, and because of the temperature fluctuations, I think we're going to be good. There was actually a point where it was around 250. I blame it on the amount of fuel that I had in the firebox. The airflow is still not completely controllable. I had the chimney open all the way, as you can see, and I had the firebox airflow closed all the way, and it still rose up that high. Right now I let it burn down. I didn't change anything. I let it burn down, and we are about 155 degrees. So I've got two options: not put so much fuel in the firebox and tend to it a little more often, or seal up the door and the coal drawer and things like that. I'm not sure which I'm going to do yet. I'm probably going to try this again one more time prior to making some adjustments. But I think we're still going to be okay. So we're going to take a look. I did flip those ribs one time. And this is our sausage, potato, onion, and peppers. And it looks like these came out pretty good. The potatoes, probably just a little hard. Rather not too bad. So I think we're going to be ready to dine. And our ribs, which of course is the main course, no pun intended. These look like they come out really, really well. They're so juicy. And yeah, they're coming right off of the bone. So I think we're going to be good to go. I'm going to flip them real quick just to get the juices and the seasonings. They don't fall apart. Seasonings spread through a little bit better. Probably leave them in here for another 10 or 15 minutes. And then I'm going to eat. But I'd like to hear from you guys. If you have one of these, what you're doing, what you're cooking, what your recipes are. If there's something that you'd like to see me do as far as a dish. or a mod or whatever the case may be. I'm interested to see what y'all think, what you're doing, and what your thoughts are. So I'm going to let this cook just a little bit longer, and then I'm going to go eat. But I hope you guys had a great Saturday, and I hope you'll have a better tomorrow, Sunday, and we'll talk again real soon. So you guys take care, and thanks for hanging in there.